Here are the best businesses that you can start with little to no money. I am Trina Boyd. I am the founder of Women Empower. Women Empower is a nonprofit organization that helps women in business with starting, scaling through teaching women how to get a grant for their business, business credit, and government contracting. So today's episode, I'm actually going to be talking about best businesses to start with little to no money. So one of the things that I have had to go through my entire entrepreneurial life is bootstrapping my business. So I'm going to kind of get into that. Before I get into some businesses that you can start with little to no money, is I want to let you know and invite you out to my book lunch. So I'm having a book lunch. The book is actually going to be helping you learn how to write grants and how to win grants, where to find these grants for your business. All right, so let's get into it. So, what are the best businesses that you can start with little to no money? One of the things I do want to express is anytime you're starting a business and you don't have a lot of money, you want to think about a service based business. So, a lot of times with a service based business, you do not have to have a lot of equipment, you don't need a lot to start. The main thing is going to be a website, of course, and a free Google Voice number. So if you don't have a lot of money and you're trying to start, so one of the things I did, if you all don't know my story, I actually over 10 years ago started a home daycare. So my story was I was actually in a marriage, and I actually at that time I was a single mother. So what I did, I left my ex, and of course I had two children at that time, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Like I'm gonna be, I don't have a lot of money to do this. I don't think I even had any money. I had just moved to Georgia, and I didn't have any help moving any of my stuff. I remember driving the U-Haul from Georgia or from South Carolina to Georgia. I remember, barely having enough money to get the U-Haul. I just remember all these things. And on top of that, I had just got fired from my job. So it was like, okay, what am I going to do? I had to return this U-Haul. Y'all know how it is when you got to return a U-Haul and you overdo a day. I needed an extra day because I didn't have no help to move big furniture out of the truck to the house, right? So I needed an extra day to move some stuff. So basically, and I didn't have any money. So I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to support my kids? Right. That was like going through my head because I have children I need to take care of. So it's no excuses at this time. So what I did, I was like, what am I passionate about? What can I do to serve, the community? And one of the things I started, if you all don't know, is a home daycare or babysitting agency, which is a service-based business. And I really enjoyed it. But I didn't need a lot of money to start this business. Really, to be honest with you, what I did, because I didn't have a marketing budget, I didn't have, money to get an LLC. I didn't have any money to get equipment. So I had to work with what I had at that time. So what I did was I actually borrowed my children's toys. I had an extra room, so that I had a 3 bedroom home. I was in a good neighborhood, so that was the great thing about that situation. But I had an extra room. I said, this extra room, I'm actually going to turn into a home daycare, or I'm going to turn it into like a little mini daycare, right? So I had to do what I had to do. I borrowed some of my children's toys, from their room, and I set it up like a little mini daycare. So that's how I got started. And then I didn't have a marketing budget. So how did I get kids? I went on Craigslist. Craigslist was actually the hot place to actually market for childcare. I don't know if that's still the thing. The thing I know in Georgia it was. I know that's not true for every state. I do want to say that. But in Georgia, and I don't know if that's true right now, but in Georgia, I was like, where can I market this daycare? And so, of course, when I initially started, I didn't have the marketing budget, but I did get children. I was able to get some extra income to be able to support my children. So I did that. And then as I got bigger, I still marketed on Craigslist. My pricing at that time was lower than the norm because of the clients from Craigslist, right? So what I did was as I got bigger, I was able to get a building, but just starting any type of service-based business, even after I finished that particular business in Georgia, I started another company in North Carolina. So I got rid of the daycare and I started a nanny agency in North Carolina. And so that was the service-based business. It didn't take a lot of money. The only thing that I really needed for that was a website. What else did I need? I needed a website. The marketing can be expensive, so I had to do cold calling. Actually, one of the revelations that God gave me recently was cold calling is a great marketing strategy. Even though a lot of people don't like doing it, but it's the way to go. All right. So I was doing cold calling and I was able to secure clients through cold calling, but I had to work with what I had, right? Anytime you are doing a service or a service-based business, it's not going to take a lot of money. What are some other service-based businesses you can do? If you are a guy, you can do lawn service. That's not going to take a lot of money to get started. You can do. Oh, one of the things I thought, because in Atlanta, y'all see it's a lot of hustlers in Atlanta. So you're gonna see some crazy businesses. When I say crazy, I mean crazy. So one of the businesses that I saw was hold on, y'all. I don't want this to die. One of the businesses that I saw was it was a guy, and I was actually at dropping my kids, not dropping them off, but I was taking them to the doctor's office. And it was a guy out there. He was he went into it was a doctor's office. He went in there, he was like, anybody need their car wash? Look now, if he can do that, basically he went in there and asked, and that's marketing. Marketing is you're at work, your car may be a mess, so you go into a doctor's office where you can probably get like 5 clients. I think he was charging like maybe $30 for $30 to $40 to clean the car inside and out, or whatever. Maybe it probably was cheaper than that, but that's a quick $100 to $200. But service based, I do think this guy had like a van where he had like stuff inside the van, like water and all that good stuff. But a lot of times, if you're doing like if you want to like go be a mobile car wash, or yeah, be a mobile car wash, you don't need all of that. Only thing you really need is you're going to need water, so you have to figure out the water part. But all you need is yourself and your car and all your, cleaning stuff, which is not a lot of money. So just being able to be creative, but also knowing what it is that God has called you to. I know a product-based business, it costs a little bit more, and that's not my specialty. But I know when I was thinking about doing a product-based business, um, the product-based business, I had to buy equipment, I had to buy these things, and then it took a lot to sell these things. When it's a service-based business, I think it's much easier to sell yourself and to sell what you're doing, especially when it's a need for it. So I would say any type of service-based business would be a great business to start with little to no money. I was trying to think of some more ideas, but that's what I have for you. Um, if you um, if you enjoyed this information, make sure you subscribe and like this video. Also comment what type of business that you're looking to start or already have started. I would love to learn a little bit more about what you are doing in your business. Also, you are invited to my book launch. I will be announcing that information on this channel. Also, I'll have some links posted for you all. I have a 5-day challenge coming up that's going to grant writing challenge that's going to challenge you with grant writing for your business or your nonprofit. I'm going to include that in there. But thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.